Have you ever wondered who Cain and Seth married? The Bible tells us that Adam and Eve had sons. But what about their daughters? Could it be that the first brothers married their own sisters? This is the forbidden story of Adam and Eve's daughters, a mystery hidden between the lines of Genesis, but one that may reveal shocking truths about the beginning of humanity. Let's go back to the beginning. Genesis chapter 4 tells us about Cain and Abel. Cain, the firstborn, murders Abel in a jealous rage. Later, Adam and Eve have another son, Seth. But then, in Genesis 5:4, we read something curious. After Seth was born, Adam lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Wait, daughters? The Bible never names them, but it clearly says they existed. So why were they left out of the story? And could they be the key to answering one of the Bible's oldest questions? Who did Cain and Seth marry? Many modern readers are uncomfortable with this idea. How could God allow siblings to marry? But in the early generations of humanity, there were no other people. If humanity came from one man and one woman, then marriage between siblings was not just possible, it was necessary. Think about it. The human gene pool was still clean, uncorrupted by centuries of mutation. Genetic flaws that make incest dangerous today didn't yet exist. From a biblical perspective, God permitted sibling marriages in the beginning, but later forbade it as humanity expanded and the genetic risks increased. So who exactly were the wives of Cain and Seth? The most logical explanation is, they married their sisters, the unnamed daughters of Adam and Eve. Ancient Jewish writings, like the Book of Jubilees, even name some of them. Cain's wife is called Alwan, a daughter of Adam. Seth marries his sister Azura. While these texts are not part of the Bible, they show how early Jewish scholars tried to fill in the gaps. To them it was obvious. Cain and Seth must have married their sisters. But here's the strange part. The Bible names Cain, Abel, and Seth, but not a single daughter of Adam and Eve. Why? Some scholars believe it's because of the patriarchal context of the ancient world. Lineages were traced through male descendants. Women were rarely named unless they played a major role in the story. But others say it goes deeper, that the silence is intentional, to hide uncomfortable truths about how early humanity actually spread. The daughters were essential to the survival of mankind, yet they remain nameless. Now here's a number that might shock you. Jewish tradition says that Adam and Eve had 33 sons and 23 daughters. That's 56 children total. Think about that. Adam lived 930 years. That's nearly a millennium of childbearing. The Bible focuses only on a few key names, but the human population likely grew fast through marriages between siblings, cousins, and close relatives. It wasn't unnatural then. It was survival. Another mystery. Genesis 4:17 says Cain built a city and named it Enoch, after his son. But wait, a city? For who? Just his wife and kid? This suggests that many people already existed, likely Cain's siblings, nephews, nieces, and their children. The human race was growing rapidly, through the children of Adam and Eve, even the ones the Bible never names. The city might have had hundreds of descendants already by that time. This leads us to a question modern people often ask. Was it moral for Cain and Seth to marry their sisters? By today's standards, no, but in the early days of humanity, it was not immoral. It was permitted, and even commanded by God. Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth. Genesis 1:28. This couldn't happen without siblings forming families. Later, in the time of Moses, God explicitly forbids incest in Leviticus. But at the beginning, there was no other way. What seems shocking to us now was once normal. So what do we do with this strange and often overlooked truth? The Bible doesn't hide uncomfortable details. It simply gives us what we need and invites us to dig deeper. Adam and Eve's daughters may not be named, but they were essential to the plan of God. Through them, humanity grew, and through that line came Jesus Christ, the second Adam. Even forgotten people matter in God's story. Even silent names are part of his purpose. This isn't just a story about ancient people. It's a reminder that God can use anyone, even the unnamed, the unknown, the forgotten. Your name may never appear in history books, but it's written in God's book. If this video opened your eyes to the hidden truths of Scripture, like the video, comment, God sees the forgotten,